Hey guys, we're going to talk about how to understand positive and negative incentives. So an incentive is something that you get for doing a behavior. So behavior can be anything like taking the trash out, like chores, or it could be talking when the teacher's talking. So anything that you do is a behavior. And then an incentive is whatever you get for doing that behavior. So if you take the trash out, you might get money or a star on your chore chart or something good, which would be a positive thing, so something that is good. And if you do something like talk when the teacher's talking, it might be a negative incentive where you get dojo points taken away or you have to owe 5 minutes of your recess. So they are used as kids, but you also have businesses that use incentives to convince people to buy their products. So if you spend 6 months subscribed to Netflix, maybe in the 7th month you get a free month worth of Netflix that you don't have to pay for. That would be a positive incentive. At banks, if you spend too much of your money and you overdraw your account, so you use more money than you have in your bank account, they'll take a fee out of your account for going over the amount that you have in your account. Think about training your dog or a pet. When you want them to do something like sit or do a trick, you give them treats, right? So every time the dog sits, you give him a treat, and then he learns that if he sits, he gets something good. If he goes to the bathroom in your house, he might get something bad. Like you might yell at him and he doesn't like to be yelled at, so he will try not to do that another time. Those are positive and negative incentives. So on the back of this paper, I filled out some behaviors and some incentives that go along with it. So today, you can either use similar incentives to the ones that I wrote, or you can come up with your own incentives. So behavior is something you do. So like, the first one is talking when someone else is talking. So I don't have a positive incentive because that's something I don't really want people to do, right? If someone's talking, we should be listening to them. So instead of giving a positive incentive, you might get in trouble and owe recess. But then, if I wanted to do a positive incentive, maybe the next time I'm talking and I notice you're not talking, I might say, hey, good job not talking, I'm going to give you a dojo point, or you can go get a piece of candy. So you can use positive incentives when you're trying to teach a behavior that you don't want to happen. But I came up with a negative, so you can add a positive. Like you can fill in these other boxes if you would like. So then another example is completing all your classwork. So in school, if you finish all your work, a lot of times you get to go on the iPad and play Prodigy. Or you might have free time and you can get a book out and read. So those would be positive incentives. So if I get all my work done, then I get to do these fun things. If I don't get all my classwork done, a negative incentive might be I have to come in at recess and do my work, right? So if I don't complete all my my classwork, I have to spend my free time doing my work. So another example is like littering or breaking the law. If you do something like that, you might have to pay a fine or go to jail, right? If you're an adult and you do something you're not supposed to do, there might be a serious negative incentive. If you do something at school, you're going to jail would be like owing recess time, right? Then here's some positive examples of behavior. So if you hold the door for someone, you might get a thank you. Or if you do extra chores at home, you might get a special treat or money. So positive and negative incentives are things that happen because of the behavior. So because of what you do, you might get something good, which would be positive, or something bad, which would be a negative incentive. Then later on this week, either Wednesday or Thursday, you're going to have another worksheet where you're going to sort incentives into a column, either good or bad. So you can use this video and this page to help you do the other work. That is all you need to do for today. Bye.